Pacific Ocean lies a small group of islands whose fate has already been determined. What has yet to be determined is the fate of the people who live there and the fate of their culture.
Ibu eratai imanau. Ibu rio ya fai atona ibu ni mata fungan fai ibu. Ibu bagai kabhangan ni wani lagi. Ibu ri. Ada dari dah. Pan fane mo pan le dah. Here go.
Hundreds of miles of open ocean. Some are uninhabited. Others support small populations of people. Because of their isolation, the people living here have been left unaware of the current forecasts for sea level rise. Since the 1600s, explorers have come and gone to these populated atolls with little impact. There are no airports, little trade, and very little contact with the outside world. The people living here must rely on the sea and their crops to feed their villages. Still living the ways of their ancestors, everyone is involved in the work of the community. Essential life skills are taught to every child. Everything is done by hand. Everything is done for the good of the village. Could this truly be the last utopia? Only here on this small group of atolls are their traditions still in daily practice. It is here that the skills of the navigators, the art of the master canoe builder, and the culture that has practiced and preserved these unique and honored traditions continue to flourish. Their sailing skills are legendary. So at home on the sea, they can be ready with only a few hours' notice to sail to a neighboring island, though it may be a few hundred miles away. Rapwi is the master navigator for the island of Pulawat. Rapwi learned his skills from his grandfather, Tiawaki. Without modern navigational tools or even a simple compass, the navigators use nature as their guide. Tracking the stars in the night, the birds, the sun, and the waves during the day, They are able to find their way across hundreds and sometimes thousands of miles of open sea. There are hundreds of low-lying islands in the world that will be affected by sea level rise. Some have homes only feet from the open ocean, but almost all of the people living on them have abandoned their traditional ways long ago. Once an airport is built, hotels and supermarkets follow, sometimes to the extreme. The culture changes dramatically. Money now becomes the driving force. Where once the craftsmen were building canoes and fish traps, they now spend their time making souvenirs and jewelry to sell to tourists. Relocation for them will also be painful and disruptive. But they already live a Western lifestyle. They drive cars and they shop for their food at the market. The atolls where Rapri and Yoki live are much different. Their culture has survived intact. When these islands are gone, we will be losing much more than just another vacation spot for the Western visitor.